I think that podcasts are better than any other thing because I'm a little biased because I like to be able to just speak with you. I like to have a conversation with you. And I feel like you can feel my energy. You can feel how I feel about something. You can sense that. And I can portray better directly from my heart to your heart, not just like my brain to your brain, which I think is what usually happens when we are reading. So when you can hear the voice inflections and even see my facial expressions, depending on what platform you're on, I believe it helps you to be able to know, like, and trust me that you and I can work together, and or that you can implement the things that you learn on this podcast and know that they're going to work for you. So we're talking about thought leadership platforms, which are better, which are worse. There's a reason why I knock the books out. There's also a reason why I'm still writing the books. I do think that they are good. I do think that YouTube can be good. I do think that podcasting is great. I do think that blogging can be good. I do think that being a TikTok influencer might make you money as well. Why do I believe that podcast is the best? And here's the main reason, the first reason, which I think is one of the top. When you have a audio podcast on the audio podcast playing platforms like iTunes, Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, whatever's playing right now, some of those are gone now, or some one of them is leaving now. But for example, on Spotify or Apple Podcast, iTunes, once somebody subscribes there, the coolest thing is that they are likely to listen to every single episode of yours. So when you become a podcast host, you have a more intimate relationship with your listener than on any other platform. And I want you to think about that yourself. If you listen to any podcast, including this one, every single day, how do you resonate with that host? Probably pretty well. You get to know them. You get to know their personality. You start to like them. You start to trust them. You might even want to hire them. When it comes to YouTube channels, it doesn't usually happen that way. Why? It's because when you're consuming podcasts, you're likely to listen to all or most of the episodes. 80% of you are likely to listen to all or most of the episodes of every podcast that you subscribe to. But when it comes to YouTube channels, you usually get, what's the best word for it? Shiny object syndrome. Basically what YouTube does is they want you to stay on their platform, and they don't if you like that person or not. So rather than subscribing and listening to watching every single video of somebody's, rarely ever happens. You may have done it once, but I don't think you can agree to me that you've done this more than once.